Nestled in a canyon where the mighty North Umpqua River flows, there is a pond. Near the pond, a log home. A log home built by Frank and Jeanie Moore.
A friend of mine said, okay, you're retiring, why don't you build a log house? And I, romantic that I was, I thought, oh, why not?
We met the Moores 23 years ago while working at KEZI TV. How our paths crossed, I do not remember, but the Moores I will never forget. In those days, we produced a segment about people. Oh, how I love telling their stories.
A quiet man who measures his life in friendships.
And took a chainsaw and ripped every log flat on top.
The log home Frank said he'd never finish, he probably never will. At age 92 and Jeanie close behind at 89, finishing the house is a low priority.
I fell in love with a man. When I was first date with him, I was 15 years old. And there's just never ever been another man in my life.
Jeanie still hangs the clothes out to dry on a line inside or outside, depending on the weather. Frank still has a fish pond stocked with trout.
We got everything we need, each other.
The pair married 70 years ago.
I was shy, and he just doesn't live in a shy world. So I learned, I just exposed to a lot of people and learned how to be a little more open. So I'm pretty open now, anyway.
What stress we've had, we were able to ride over the top of it. And well, both of us, not just me, but both of us. And a lot of that was because of what we gave and received from each other.
Frank lost some hair since the first story we did. Mine lost its color. But here we are, two guys reconnecting as if time had no say and memories of a day still hang in the air. Frank still fishes and teaches others the art of casting and renewing old friendships.
Talking about politics, and I knew you did that one time, and I was hoping something would happen. And they're not there for the people. A lot of them start out that way, but they wind up, again, getting into themselves. You know, they become, what's in it for me, instead of what can I do for the people.
Frank worked for governors and new movie stars and writers. And since our story, Frank's story, appears on Oregon Public Broadcasting and even in a new documentary about he and Jeanie's life called Mending the Line.
And all 3,000 people in the auditorium, in the Keller Auditorium in Portland, erupted. 10-minute standing ovation. And there were 8 million, I think 8 million people or something like that watching on what Twitter or something, I don't know. And if there were so many hits, it knocked it off the air. So that was really, really something, I'll tell you.
Spending time with Frank, you may not remember everything he says.
I'm grateful for my life. I'm grateful for what I have received.
Or how he casts a line.
Here, I'll lean down. No, that's right, get up there. Let me do it. You just follow me this time.
But what you do remember is how he makes you feel.
This is just move it.
You want that line to straighten out and back before you come forward. Live for other people as well as yourself.
Frank and Jeanie Moore connect with people.
But things that happen in your life that you think are the end of the world, you just go on. You see what new direction you find in it.
Jeanie gives me so much. She does. She just gives me so much joy, and I don't know. It just my life is so fulfilled.
Love is more than a word to the Moores. It's an action, and they don't preach it. Instead, they live it.
Yep. And God, you know, life can be good. Life can be good if you let it. So many of us in life seem like we strive too hard, and when we do, sometime we destroy the very thing that we should be receiving in life. And whether it be in marriage or work or anything else, you do the best you can without killing yourself.
I will probably never get to tell another story about Frank and Jeanie Moore, even though Frank says he will live to 110.
What would you want to do tomorrow? And I had used just one word: live.
Frank understands he's not the author of his life, and endings are in the hands of someone mightier than he.
I like a simple life, I'll put it that way. I like a simple life. And out of that simple life, one of the greatest gifts is, as I said earlier, is the gift of friendship.
Frank is the first guy to tell you his life isn't perfect, but he's lived a perfectly amazing life.
I don't know why I've been so blessed, but I really have been, with a wonderful wife and family, and I've received so many honors that I in my judgment, I haven't deserved.
He's lived a full life and done it well. The real gift to his story is to the writer who his story gets to tell.